The decision moment at the airport. Leyla worked as a security officer at JFK Airport in New York. The morning rush had subsided, but the afternoon wave of passengers was just beginning. Standing by the X-ray machine, her eyes felt heavy with fatigue, her mind operating on autopilot. "Next," she called out routinely. The next passenger was an elderly man dressed in simple clothes. He wore a navy blue coat and carried a worn-out leather bag. His movements were calm, but something about his eyes caught Leyla's attention. They were deep, thoughtful, and wise. However, according to airport security protocol, personal impressions meant nothing. "Sir, please place your bag on the X-ray belt and empty your pockets," she instructed, her voice carrying a habitual firmness. The man nodded silently and placed his bag onto the conveyor belt. But then the screen flashed red. Leyla's instincts kicked in immediately. The scanner typically flagged metal, liquids, or suspicious objects, but the man's bag looked incredibly light. What could be inside? "Sir, I need you to open your bag," she said. The man slightly raised his eyebrows but complied without a word, unzipping the bag. Inside were a few old books, a notebook, pens, and a folded newspaper. Nothing appeared dangerous. Yet, Leyla remained cautious. At an airport, even the most innocent-looking items could be a threat. She picked up one of the books. The cover was worn, and as she flipped it open, a signature caught her eye. When she read the name, her heart skipped a beat. Richard Graves. Where had she heard that name before? She racked her memory, and then it hit her like a lightning bolt. This was Richard Graves, the world-famous author. Leyla's eyes widened. She had read his books multiple times, even quoted some of his words in her daily life. And now, here he was, standing before her like any ordinary traveler. A wave of panic rushed over her. She struggled to maintain her professionalism. Trying to keep her composure, she asked, "Why are you carrying these books?" The moment the words left her mouth, she realized how ridiculous the question sounded. An author carrying books? What could be more natural? Graves smiled, his expression weary yet kind. "They're my works," he said. "I like carrying them with me. Sometimes I gift them to people. Stories connect people, don't they?" Leyla knew she had a decision to make. Protocol required her to inspect every item in the bag thoroughly. Yet, something inside her told her this man posed no threat. Just then, a colleague rushed over. "Leyla, what are you doing?" he whispered. "Do you even know who this is?" She did, but still, she couldn't ignore her doubts. "I have to follow the rules," she murmured. Her colleague took a deep breath. "Listen, this man is heading to the United Nations today. He's meeting young writers from around the world. If we delay him here for no reason, it could be a huge problem." Leyla's mind swirled with thoughts. On one hand, her duty as a security officer was crystal clear. On the other, standing before her was a man whose words had influenced countless lives, including hers. If she made the wrong decision, the whole world could see headlines like, "Renowned author unjustly detained at airport." But what if she overlooked something? She took a deep breath and turned to Graves. The elderly author gazed at her for a moment. Silence hung in the air. Then, slowly, he opened each book. Inside, there were handwritten notes, poems, and sketches. Nothing but words. Leyla exhaled, relieved. "Thank you, everything is in order. You may proceed." As Graves gathered his belongings, he paused and looked at her. "You work hard," he said. "But remember, rules are important, yet how we treat people is what they will always remember." Leyla swallowed hard. In that moment, she realized she wasn't just inspecting a passenger, she was questioning her own approach. As Graves walked toward his gate, Leyla knew this moment would stay with her forever. That day, at the security checkpoint, a silent but profound lesson was learned. True professionalism isn't just about following rules, it's about balancing them with humanity.